Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel. Happy Valentine's Day to those who are celebrating this day, and those who are not celebrating this day. This video is for you, where I am going to share with you some cool mnemonics regarding the cerebellum and which will help you to learn the cerebellum well. So let's start our video without further delay. So cerebellum, it is located in the posterior cranial fossa and it is a leaf-like. So here it is cerebellum. It looks like leaf-like and hence it is also known as arbor vitae. Okay, it has three parts. This one is the anterior lobe, this is the posterior lobe, and this is the flocculonodular lobe. This flocculonodular lobe is also known as archicerebellum, which is the oldest part, and this posterior lobe is also known as neocerebellum because it is the newest. And the cerebellum it forms the roof of fourth ventricle. So this is the fourth ventricle, this is the aqueduct of Sylvius, and here is the cerebellum. So it forms the roof of fourth ventricle. Okay, next, now we will learn about the nucleus of the cerebellum. So what are the nuclei of the cerebellum? So there are four nuclei, and from lateral to medial they are so our mnemonic is DRGF. So here from lateral to medial these are D for dentate, E for emboliform, G for globus, and F for vestigial. So these are the nucleus. So this is the dentate, this is the emboliform, this is the globus, and this one is the vestigial, this center part. Now as we can see here, this globus and emboliform, these are located between the innermost and outermost. That innermost is the vestigial and outermost that is dentate, and hence these are also known as nucleus interpositus. So these two nuclei are also known as nucleus interpositus because they are between the two extremes of nucleus, like this, the innermost and outermost, and hence they are also known as the nucleus interpositus. Okay, and this innermost, that is vestigial, is the oldest one, and this dentate is the newest one. Here is another diagram which shows these nuclei, that this from lateral to medial these are like dentate, emboliform, globus, and vestigial. Okay, so these are the four nuclei. Questions has been asked on this topic regarding the location of these nuclei from lateral to medial, medial to lateral. Okay, the sequence. So you have to remember the sequence. So our mnemonic is DRGF. Okay, DRGF from lateral to medial. Okay, next, now we will see the cortex of the cerebellum is divided into three parts, that is the three layers: the molecular layer, the Purkinje cell layer, and granular layer. Okay, so from out to in they are the molecular layer, the Purkinje cell layer, and the granular layer. So in order to understand this concept and in order to understand the layers and according to the cells which are located in those particular layers, we can have this mnemonic here. So imagine this is a building. Okay, so imagine this is a building. So this is the ground floor, this is the first floor, and this is the second floor. Okay, so on the ground floor, so this ground floor, so G stands for granular layer. Okay, and G also stands for the granule cells and Golgi cells. So G, that is ground floor, so it is granular layer, and granule cells and Golgi cells are located in this granular layer. Okay, now see, imagine on the first floor there lives this person known as prince. Okay, so on the first floor lives the prince. So their first floor contains the Purkinje cells. Okay, and on the second floor lives the girlfriend of prince. Okay, so girlfriend of prince lives on the second floor, and her name is Stella, and so Stella always carry a basket. Okay, her favorite basket we can say. So this Stella carrying a basket, so this layer contains the stellate cells and basket cells. Okay, so we can remember like this. So this one is the ground floor, which contains the granule cells and Golgi cells, Then this one is the prince, that is the Purkinje cells. And then this one is the stela, which always carries a basket. So stellate cells and basket cells. And one more thing to remember here, this prince always go outside to bring gifts for stela. So the mnemonic here is the only output for cerebellum is from this, that is the Purkinje cell. So Purkinje cells are the only output for the cerebellum. So these Purkinje cells are the only output of cerebellum, and this is also inhibitory GABA output. Okay, this also it is inhibitory, that is GABA. So, and now here again, here are the parts of the cerebellum. So this one is the central part, that is the vermis, and the medial part of this hemisphere. So this medial part of the cerebellar hemisphere, these two includes the spinocerebellum, it is also known as paleocerebellum. Okay, then this posterior lobe, as we have already seen that posterior lobe is known as cerebrocerebellum or neocerebellum, it is the newest one. So this is the lateral part of cerebellar hemisphere. Okay, this is the lateral part of cerebellar hemisphere. So the lateral part of cerebellar hemisphere is cerebrocerebellum, or it is also known as neocerebellum. The medial part of this hemisphere and the vermis, they are included in the spinocerebellum, which is also known as paleocerebellum. Then this nodule of the vermis and this flocculonodular lobe, they are included in the vestibulocerebellum or archicerebellum. Okay, so this was all about the cerebellum and related mnemonics. Hope you have liked this video. Thank you so much.